Good afternoon. We're here to celebrate the 522nd anniversary of the discovery of Puerto Rico. And it was on November 19, 1493, that Puerto Rico was discovered by Christopher Columbus on his second voyage to claim the lands of the ruler for King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. In 1493, the island was called Rican by the Indians who lived there. Columbus named it San Juan Bautista, and later Spanish traders began calling the island of Puerto Rico, which means rich port, and the name stuck, and we're still with the island of Puerto Rico. We want to thank the former presidents of the Yonkers Puerto Rican Parade who are here today, who started this great parade many, many years ago with some of the founders, Miriam, who is here, Sobeda Cruz, who was former president, Jose Roman, who was former president, Lou Navarro, who was former president, and myself, who has been the longest lasting president. And I want to thank the mayor and the city of Yonkers for allowing us to do this, even though we don't have a parade, but at least to allow us to do it today on this special occasion, on this special day. I want to remind everybody that Puerto Rico is in a state of trouble, and our great governor of Puerto Rico went to Puerto Rico with us and actually opened up a New York State tourism office in order to help with the economic crisis in Puerto Rico. And I am standing to the right of me, our great mayor, Mike Spano, who was the first one, along with Shelley Mayer, to sign the petition to tell Washington that Puerto Ricans and the island of Puerto Rico deserve this great economic bailout. So when I saw his name, and Rubencito Diaz Jr. was kind enough to send me a copy of his signature, I just want to thank you, Mayor, for the bottom of our hearts, because we know that your family has been with our community, especially the Puerto Rican community, for many, many years. It's almost as if we grew up together. And I want to thank him for that. I want to thank our former council member and our family, our Wilson Terrero, who is here today. Corazon Pineda could not be here today. However, she has Leslie Oquendo representing her today, who happens to be on the PTA of the charter school. So thank you, Leslie, for being here. I want to thank Michael Sabatino, who took that trip to Puerto Rico with us. And I want to thank you for all the sacrifices that you did. Okay, I want to thank my buddy, Chris Johnson, for being here. Now, along with the former president, we have one person, okay, that is one of the long-lasting members of the Puerto Rican Parade, and I know he is the Deputy Commissioner of Parks, but in my heart, okay, he is Steve Sansone. And Steve Sansone has a sense of community pride, and he is always here, okay, actually with us all the time, and never forgets that he was such a member, and he was my vice president when I was president of the board. So I thank you, Steve Sansone, for being here. I want to thank also the Mayor's Hispanic Advisory Board, our chairman, Grace Barani, and Edgar Santana and Carlos Vargas, okay? And I believe congratulations is in order to Edgar Santana for something much larger than this, but I will not announce that. It's not my job to do that. And I want to say thank you to one person, and this is coming from the bottom of my heart and the bottom of everybody's heart here. This person has worked in the mayor's office for a very long time, mayor after mayor after mayor, and every year when the Puerto Rican community comes, or the Italian community, whoever the community is, she's so grateful and helping, and that is Lucia. Lucia continues to serve every community in the city with pride and admiration, and I want to make sure that Lucia understands how grateful we are of Lucia. Without Lucia, I couldn't even be here today, because it was her who actually, when I first became president, who guided me and held my hand. So I want to thank also Melissa Velez Goldberg for her dedication and love for the community. And now to Miriam, like I was saying that you were president of this board. We thank you for being one of the founders, because it's very, very important. And to our friend Francisco Soto, Panchito, who actually gave so much of himself to this. But we want to continue with the program, and now I want everybody to please rise, and we're going to introduce Rolina Cardona, who's the former National Vice President of FLULA, who always sang the national anthem and the Borinqueña for Sobeda's presidency and my presidency. And she's back here today, so I want to thank you, Rolina Cardona. And with the flag in our hearts, because we are inside and we're not outside, let's all rise, and with great pride, I introduce you, Rolina Cardona.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? La tierra de Borinquen, donde he nacido yo, es un jardín florido de mágico primor, un cielo siempre nítido le sirve de dosel y dan arrullos plácidos las olas a sus pies cuando a sus playas llegó Colón, exclamó lleno de admiración. Oh, es esta linda tierra que busco yo. Es Borinquen la hija del mar y el sol, 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 del mar y el sol. ¡Viva Puerto Rico!
Rolina has been singing since she was a little girl in every Puerto Rican, and we thank you so much. Thank you, Andy Stewart Cousins, for being here with us, and thank you for going to Puerto Rico and also fighting for.
Don't thank me.
And now I want to introduce our great mayor of the city of Yonkers, our mayor, Mike Spano.
Thanks, Simon. And I didn't go to Puerto Rico this year. I couldn't go this year, but I did go last year. I loved it. Me too. And I plan to go next year. All right. So, but let me just say thank you. And you know, to be here today, especially be joined with our leader, Stuart Cousins, and members of the city council, and so many members of the Puerto Rican community. This is, you know, one of the moments, I'm sure Mike Sabatino or Christopher would say the same thing, that we truly enjoy. We get to raise a flag, enjoy the culture, enjoy the beauty of the culture, the splendor of the culture, enjoy some of the treats that your culture has to offer, and it's just a time for us to enjoy the Puerto Rican community, your contributions to this great country of America, and certainly to maybe celebrate our diversity as well, where we celebrate, yes, that we're different, but we're not, that we have come from different places, but we all love and believe in the country that we live in. It's a real honor to stand here with you today. I know that growing up, the Puerto Rican Day Parade was probably one of the most magical moments in the city's year, because it was the most exciting parade that we had to offer. And I say that as somebody who used to be chair of the Columbus Day Committee. It was, our Puerto Rican Day Parade was certainly a parade that is very memorable for our young people, and something that shouldn't be gone too long. So I will tell you here today that in June, expect another parade. And that being said, I also, it does, it actually, Edgar, believe it or not, I didn't do this because of this afternoon. No one's going to believe that. But Edgar Santana has agreed, and want to take a bow, is the newest member of the Yonkers Board of Education, one of our trustees, Edgar Santana. Thank you. And again, enjoy today. I certainly do. And this is going to be, it's all about our kids, Coach Grace, right? Your little ones, to remember the beauty and to remember your history. And always know it's that history that makes America the strongest country in the world, because together we are truly a mosaic of what the world has, the best that the world has to offer. Thank you for letting me say a few words, and I want to step away right because I don't want to fall down the steps. Nice to see you.
Everyone is invited to go to the library where Grace Young and Lucy Casanova does have an event there, and that's why she's not here. I want to present Paulette Enriquez, who's the president of the 100 Hispanic Women. Thank you for being here. And Senator, would you like to say some words in Spanish? I heard you speak Spanish in Puerto Rico. I want to hear you in Yonkers.
Thank you.
We got no insurance, so.
No, we have no insurance. No es bueno. Buenas tardes. It is, what do I say? Yes, you hear me speaking Spanish whenever I can. I try not to butcher it publicly, but my roots in the Bronx and all of my good friends who taught me so much in the way of Puerto Rican culture, in the way of Puerto Rican enthusiasm and food and dance, and really make up so many of the fondest memories I have of growing up. And of course, coming to a place like Yonkers, where the diversity is just incredible, and yet everybody can still keep who they are and enjoy the best of everyone else. And thank you, Mayor, and of course, my colleagues in the city government for making sure that places like City Hall are open to the expression of those beautiful, beautiful cultures, including, of course, yeah. Que viva Puerto Rico, do I do that now? And, so it's incredible. I have so many good friends here who've been in the struggle. La lucha continua, yes? I know. In the all right, it bleeds in and out, but, we've been together a long time, fighting for all the good things that, again, as the mayor said, we all want. And so the fact that we can come together on great days like this to express that and to show that we care is really, really important. Now, I'm a little disappointed that the weather having been in Puerto Rico, right, 2 weeks ago, I mean, we had a little rain, but we didn't lose the soul, the sun. Okay. So I'm a little concerned, but I will leave it to you all who have managed these things so well for so long to bring us back the sun. But in the meantime, we will take solace in the smiles and the hearts that bring the rays of joy and love, even if the sun is being covered over for the moment. So anyway, que viva Puerto Rico!
Congratulations to Edgar Santana, and again, I just want to make sure that people understand that they are a lot of staff here from Puerto Rican descent working at City Hall. The Director of Veteran Services, who's a former president, is also works for Mike Spano. We want to make sure that you understand Mayor Mike Spano tries to make sure that the entire city is represented appropriately, and we thank him for that. Congratulations, Edgar, and I get the first meeting because I have a lot to say. Anyway, thank you, and I'll see you at the library for refreshment.